Stop anxiety with these 3 simple steps to help you in the moment when you get anxious and to integrate what's causing the anxiety within you, which I'll get to in a moment. And this is from someone who suffered from it, was diagnosed with it for years. I got diagnosed with Asperger's, autism, ADHD, and anxiety. So I struggled with it for a long, long time. It held me back in my relationships, my business, my personal life, social settings. It still does show up from time to time, but I'll show you with these 3 steps how to overcome it step by step. So if this is of interest to you, please stick around, take notes, do the exercises. I'll be doing it. I'm going to make this very practical. I'll give you the actual answers today for you to do them today so you can move through this and overcome any anxiety in your life. The only request I've got, guys, if you could honestly just like this video and subscribe to the channel. The more the channel grows, the more resources I put back into it, so the more trainings I can make for you guys to help you guys. So if you could like the video and subscribe and leave a comment down below of your biggest takeaway, biggest thoughts, I'd love that. I really appreciate that. So with that being said, I'm going to begin straight away. Let's do it. So firstly, what is anxiety? I want to just give you a definition that hopefully serves you. Anxiety is a fear response. Let's just put it like that. It's a fear response. We have natural fight or flight survival instincts as human beings. If a tiger walked into your room right now, or wherever you are right now, if a tiger came after you right now, you would instantly go into a fight, flight, or freeze response. You'd get, quote, anxious or fearful, depending on your responses, to help you survive. It's a fear response. It's very normal. It's not a, quote, condition or a disorder that you experience. It's an emotion. It's a feeling that we have, and it's actually very natural as human beings. You actually want it at the right time, at the right place. If you're driving your car and someone starts to drive on the wrong side of the road and they're about to hit you head on, you would go into a natural fight or flight where you go, quote, anxious to look for the fastest way to survive, to pull out of the way. You want that. Imagine if you're like in a really like low energy mood, you're kind of tired, you're about to fall asleep, and you get into that situation. Someone's about to hit you head on. Do you want to be like, oh, maybe I should get out of the way? Maybe if I... You want to like literally get triggered into fight or flight. It has its purpose. It's allowed us to evolve and survive for millions of years. So it's actually a normal and good thing about being a human being. However, I'll show you how it fucks you up. So this is where I teach trauma and beliefs and all these things. So 3 things, I teach this a lot. Number 1 is trauma. Trauma is a moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. Now, in this example, it can actually be beliefs and trauma. So I'm going to use one word of conditioning. Your conditioning includes your perceptions, which is what trauma is. I teach that in other trainings. And it's also your beliefs, the beliefs that you have. Beliefs, as an example, life is scary. All men are assholes. No one loves me. Everyone's going to leave me. I'm not lovable. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm too much. Whatever your beliefs are. Let's call it conditioning. That's the first piece. Your conditioning then creates the second part, which is your coping mechanisms, your patterns. It's what we do to overcompensate, overcome, and protect ourselves from experiencing the trauma or the belief again. I'm going to use an example soon. Third is a trigger. Something reminds us of the trauma, activates the coping mechanism. I use that a lot of my content. Nothing triggers you, it reveals what's inside of you. When you get triggered outside of real fight or flight, again, fight or flight's normal, it's not gonna go away, it's part of being a human, and we actually want it for the right time and the right place. Outside of real fight or flight, when you get triggered, it is revealing an unhealed trauma or limiting belief within you. So anxiety is a coping mechanism. It's a fight or flight response. It's what we do to protect ourselves, to overcome whatever it is that we're experiencing, and it's part of being a fucking human. But the way it gets quite challenging or people suffer from it is when you pick up all of these traumas, all of these pain and wounds and conditioning, which triggers you into anxiety. I'll use the tiger example again. So say a tiger comes into my room right now, and I get attacked by the tiger. Let's call that trauma. A moment of overwhelm or underwhelm. I get attacked. Say I don't process that moment. I don't process the trauma, mentally speaking. I then would live my life trying to avoid and look out for tigers. So I'm constantly in fight or flight. I'm constantly anxious because I'm trying to protect myself from the tiger. Let's make this real for you because tigers, hopefully you're not got fucking tigers around you right now. So let's make it real for you. If you've done this exercise with me, do it again. It's a really powerful exercise. So I'm going to use your parents. Don't judge your answers about your parents. We're just going to roll with it, okay? So let's think of dad. Think of dad, whoever played that role for you. Whether it was a caretaker, a stepfather, whatever it is. Just whoever comes to mind for you is perfect. So think of dad. In a one-word answer, what is the one thing that you dislike most about dad, about this person? Don't judge your answer, even if you love this person. Even if they've passed away, still answer the question. What's the one thing you dislike most about dad? Now, I want you to answer it 3 times. 3 one-word answers. It will be an action, an inaction, a behavior, or a part of him that you don't like. Anger, controlling, manipulation, dismissed, unheard, unseen, whatever it may be. There's 4,628 traits that human beings can display. So pause the video if you need a bit more time. Think about the words that come up for you when I ask you the question, what's the one thing you dislike most about dad? One-word answers. Pause the video, take your time with it. Now, I'm going to do the same for mum. Think of mum and do the same thing. What's the one thing you dislike most about mum? Controlling, manipulation, lying, anger, dismissed, unheard, invalidated, whatever the things are. Think of those words. Pause the video, aim for 3 if you can. 3 one-word answers. Now, these words you just gave me or came up with for yourself, these words are, quote, traumas of yours. These are wounds of yours. So you will have coping mechanisms that will protect you unconsciously, and you'll get triggered by these words. I'll stick with coping mechanisms. So you will do things to overcompensate, overcome, and protect yourself from these wounds. And then third is a trigger, something that reminds you of the trauma and activates the coping mechanism. So let's use abandonment or rejection because it's a common one for a lot of people. Say you've got a wound around abandonment. You've been abandoned before. You've been rejected before. That was painful for you. You create the perception that it's bad. So then when you're going to experience it or you're experiencing rejection or abandonment again, you get triggered into a coping mechanism, which can be anxiety. So you're getting triggered into it. So you're anxious about setting boundaries. You're anxious about speaking your truth because you don't want to get rejected. You don't want to get abandoned again. It's just a protection mechanism that you've come up with. That's all it is. I hope the dots are connecting for you guys. You, quote, suffering from anxiety is because of your unhealed trauma and your limiting beliefs. That's it. So we want to then address that, which I'll get to the 3 steps now. So this was just teaching what anxiety is, where it comes from, so you can understand and become conscious of what your wounds are and what your limitations are. That was the purpose of this exercise. Let's go through the 3 steps. First step, number 1. I talk about 2 types of tools when it comes to inner work. I love inner work. It's my favorite conversation, transformation, healing, all that stuff. So there's 2 types of tools that you can use. One type of a tool is what I call maintenance tools. Maintenance tools is what we do in the moment when we get triggered or we're dysregulated. It's things that we can do day to day, week to week, month to month to look after our nervous system and to maintain ourselves through life. So say you get triggered today, which you probably will, or tomorrow, whenever you get triggered next. Say you get triggered because you've projected someone's triggered a wound within you. What do you do in that moment? To get out of the trigger and come back into your ventral vagal safety zone. Of, if anyone that's done polyvagal theory, it's around the nervous system. You've got the sympathetic, parasympathetic, but then you've got the hyperarousal and hypoarousal, and then you've got your window of tolerance, your safety connection zone. If you didn't understand what I just said, don't worry about it. You don't need to know about it for now. All you want to know is when you get triggered, you get knocked out of homeostasis. What do you do to come back into your rest, digest, and connection safety nervous system? That's the goal. You want to stay in your neutral or your safety zone as often as you can. And that's where maintenance tools come into it. My favorite tool is breathwork with a diaphragm reset. That's my favorite tool to do. So we're actually going to do it right now. So what I want you to do, get comfortable. You need 1 or 2 hands for this one. So you can't do this when you're driving. So you got to be paused for this. You can do the breath version actually. You just won't be able to do the diaphragm reset. So what I want you to do is get your fingers, 1 hand or 2 hands, and I want you to place your fingers on your sternum. That's the bony part of your chest, the pointy part of your chest. Now, I want you to go 1 centimeter or 2 below your sternum. That's where your diaphragm is. It's quite squishy. It's just below your ribcage essentially. What I want you to do in a moment, I'm going to get you to do a slow breath flow. We're going to breathe in for 5 seconds. We're going to hold it for 5 seconds. We're going to breathe out for 5 seconds. Now, I want you to breathe into your diaphragm. Okay? So breathe into that squishy part. And when you breathe out, when you do the exhale part of the breath, I want you to push your fingers into your diaphragm. And for people, when you do this a couple of times, you'll notice how you can feel how either regulated or dysregulated your nervous system is. So I want you to get comfortable, place your hand on your diaphragm. In a moment, you're going to finish. I'll tell you to finish an exhale, and we're going to do 5 seconds in, 5 seconds hold, 5 seconds out, and we're going to do it 2 or 3 times, okay? So right now, finish your exhale. So breathe out now. And take a big breath in 3, 2, 1. Breathe into your diaphragm. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it at the top. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. Push your fingers into your diaphragm. Push in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. Breathe into your diaphragm. Expand and relax your fingers. Don't push in now. 3, 4, 5. Hold it. Now, I just want you to repeat this flow. So soon, once you've held it, you're going to breathe out, push your fingers into your diaphragm. And I just want you to repeat this flow. So you breathe in, expand your diaphragm, breathe out, push your fingers into your diaphragm, and relax. And just do this 2, 3 times. Pause the video if you want to do it for a bit longer. And I want you to focus on relaxing. Focus on feeling safe. Focus on slowing down your heart rate. Focus on connecting to your body, to your heart, to your nervous system. And just relaxing your shoulders, feeling safe and connected with your body. Do it one more time through if you need to do it one more time, if you want to do it one more time. And I just want you to notice how more relaxed you feel, how more regulated you feel. Now, depending how long you did that for, we only did that for like a minute or 2 minutes. Do it for 10 minutes if you need to. I love doing that because you can do it pretty much anywhere. You can take a big breath in. I do it on meetings sometimes. I do it when I'm coaching people. I do it when I'm having a triggered conversation with my wife. You can do it pretty much all the time. It's a really, really beautiful process to do. So that's called a maintenance tool. So we get triggered. What do we do to regulate ourselves? And you don't have to do it just when you get triggered. You can do it regularly. I just went and did a sauna and an ice bath this morning. So an ice bath is more so challenging the nervous system to expand the range and the strength of the nervous system. But you want to do things that are, quote, maintenance tools that allow you to expand your window of tolerance and to stay within your window of tolerance. So you can handle the shit that life throws at you. So step 1 is to regulate your nervous system. So regulate yourself when you're feeling anxious. When you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, stressed, or whatever it may be, you're out of balance, you're out of homeostasis. Breathe. And you can do grounding. You can stand barefoot on Mother Earth. There's many other tools. I teach 8 maintenance tools with my programs. That's just one. And it's really easy. I mentioned a couple just before. Grounding, ice bath, saunaing, meditation, journaling, eye gazing, tremoring, discharging, movement, dancing, toning, using your voice. There's heaps of other tools out there. But maintain yourself. That's step 1. Step 2, you want to find what triggered you to start with. Find what triggered you to start with. So this is maintenance tools, progress tools. We get into progress tools now. Progress tools is when you reflect back to find what was triggered to start with and integrate the trigger or heal the wound. Because when the wound is no longer there because you've integrated it, the triggers go away. When you heal your wounds, you stop getting triggered by them. So you get dysregulated less. So you actually have to maintain yourself less. Picture someone, and if you've done some healing work, picture how you were when you first started your journey. You were probably a lot more dysregulated, a lot more triggered, a lot more volatile. Well, I certainly was anyways. I can just speak for myself. And the more healing I do, the more integration I do, the more maintenance tools and integration tools I do, the less triggered I get. Because picture someone with all these wounds and buttons to be pushed. You're going to get triggered all the time. So you're dysregulated all the time. So you're anxious and stressed all the time. What if you had no wounds? Now, I don't believe anyone's fully healed, just so you guys know. There's always more layers to go. But imagine getting to that point. So step 1 is to regulate yourself in the moment and regularly when you need to maintain yourself, to regulate yourself. Step 2 is to find what was triggered. It will either be a trauma, which is what that exercise I did about mum and dad. Those are some of your wounds. You want to integrate those. How do you do that? Do my balancing process. That would take care of that. If you want a free trial to my services, there's a link below. You get a free trial and a one-on-one call with me, and you get instant access to everything. All the things I'm talking about, you get instant access to them. And you get a one-on-one call with me when you join. So you want to do a balancing process, an integration process on the trauma, or it's going to be a belief of yours. So your beliefs are the filters we see life through. So if you believe life is scary, people hurt you, there's no good people left out there, people are going to abandon you, no one loves you, everyone's going to leave you, again, you're going to create that reality and you're going to reinforce those beliefs. Now, I've actually made a free training removing limiting beliefs. I actually posted it yesterday on YouTube. So if you want to go to YouTube and type in Louis Huckstep limiting belief, it's this one here. I've done it a couple of times, but I did a fresher one, a better version of it. It's this one here. It says remove any limiting belief in this video, full process. And it says rewire your mind now for the thumbnail. Go do that process. I literally posted it yesterday and it takes you through how to remove limiting beliefs. It's the actual process and it's fucking amazing. It is such a powerful process. So go do that. You can literally do that. Do that after this video. It's really powerful. So step 1 is to regulate. Step 2, find what triggered you to start with and address it. Use my balancing process for trauma. Use that belief process for any limiting beliefs. That's absolutely free. Go do that right now. So step 2 is to identify it. And then step 3, I kind of alluded to it, is go integrate it. You want to become aware of it so you can find what was triggered. And then you want to go integrate it so it stops triggering you moving forward. Because until you integrate, until you address it or heal it or rewire it, depending on what it is, it's going to keep showing up for you. It's going to keep triggering you. It's the beach ball. You push a beach ball underneath water, it keeps bobbing up. That's what happens with your trauma. That's what happens with your limiting beliefs. Until you address it, until you rewire it, remove the limitation or heal the wound, it's going to keep repeating itself. You do these 3 things, you cure anxiety. Now, you're always going to have an element to it because we're human beings. We have the fight or flight response in us. But I like this quote from Peter Crone. He says, if it's not life-threatening, it's just ego-threatening. So if you're actually not in fight or flight, if you're not actually going to get eaten by a tiger or you're actually not in danger, if you're not in real fight or flight and you're triggered or dysregulated or anxious, it's something within you that's being revealed. It's revealing trauma or it's revealing limitations that you live within. We want to address that, integrate that, process that, so it takes away those triggers and those coping mechanisms. And that's it. That's the 3 steps. Number 1, regulate yourself. I gave you a process in this video. So breathe, do a diaphragm reset, calm yourself down. Get out of that triggered response. Second, reflect and find what triggered you to start with. What's the trait? What's the trauma? What's the limitation? I teach this in more detail. If you want to come work with me, grab a free trial. Third is do the integration tool. I've got one of them for free, literally on YouTube. Go do it right now. It's really awesome. Go do the process. Or come do my balancing process. Again, you get it for free for 7 days and you get a one-on-one call with me. And it's only $49 a month if you want to stick around as well. That is how you overcome anxiety in 3 steps. And this is from someone who suffered with it for years, or decades actually. I didn't really get into this work until I was about sort of 22. I started when I was 18, but the deeper work around sort of 2022. So I suffered for over a decade with it. I struggled with it. It ruined relationships, business, all these things. I hope this helped out. I'd love to know your thoughts. Go do the limiting belief process. Come grab a free trial with me. If you want to work with me personally, you get a call with me as well. Love to know your thoughts in the comments. If you got value, please like, subscribe, share it with the loved ones. Maybe you have someone in your family who's struggling with anxiety. Send it to them. And I hope this helped out. I appreciate you so much. See you soon. I can't wait to connect with you if you come work with me. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.